early wing, but at least I got her on the phone. I asked about a chance of her loving me again. Yes, I asked about the chance of her loving me again. She said she never stopped loving me, and she was coming on the train. I asked her, can you believe it's true? Can you believe it's true?
Morning. How's everyone diddling this fine Wednesday morning? Who do we have? World of Mr. Gray. Good morning, pal. How are you? Your pal Al, Mr. Andrat. How's everyone doing? I'm sure I saw my dad in the side chat. What's he doing up so early? He's an old man. He needs his beauty sleep. He needs his rest. Dustin DeWint, good morning. Betty White, the Vibrator Slayer, good morning, sir. Or madam. Mark Douglas, how are you, pal? Shisha87, good morning. Matty Clark, good morning to you as well. Is it morning for everybody? Or is my plan working as it should and I am catching people on the other side of the world? Good morning, Oblates Viroid, Darren de Baron. Howdy, partner, to you as well. Deadhead guy, how are you, mate? Emblance of Vigilance, yes, it is Wednesday. Were you not aware? Time zones are actually a thing. Now, I don't know who looks at the description below the videos, but I have pinned it at the top of the side chat, but I came across something a couple of days ago, and I thought it would be a novel way of, good morning, PhD Tony, how are you, pal? And I thought it would be a novel way of involving you lot in the live streams. So what you can do is this, and I need to know if you can hear it. So check this out.
Hey, Creaky. This is Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA, everyone's favorite American veterinarian. Don't have a question for you, but I just wanted to say keep up the great work and stay tidy. Thanks for all your content. Bye.
So could you hear that okay? Did you just hear the dulcet tones of Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA? So basically what it is, it's a site called SpeakPipe, and it gives you the ability to submit questions using your voice rather than having to type it in the side chat. Don't know how well it'll go. Don't know if it'll backfire on me, because I'm fairly certain that some smart ass will send something inappropriate, which is fine. I'm fully expecting that. But I just thought it would be a cool way of interacting with the side chat. Like it is now, but you can hear yourselves. Do you care? I don't know, but I just thought it was a really cool thing. And as soon as I came across it, I signed up to the website, and thought I'd give it a go. Yeah, Mr. Andrat, I don't know. You shouldn't get spammed by this. But I don't know, to be honest with you. You know, it's a huge website. It's not like a Mickey Mouse website, so hopefully that won't be the case. But first of all, while I give people a chance to submit questions if they want to, who saw last night's video and what did you think of it? It was sent to me quite a while ago. And unfortunately, I'm absolutely awful at shouting people out in videos, because I quite often, the way I work is, if one of you send me a video, I've got a hidden playlist on YouTube, which is called Possible Video Topics. And whenever anybody sends me a video, I literally just chuck it in chuck it into that playlist so that I can refer back to it sort of as and when required. And, you know, somebody sent me this video well over a week ago. It may even have been last month. I can't really remember. But I just thought it was a refreshing change from Roger over at Mud Fossil University, the world's undisputed expert at rock biology, which I'm fairly sure isn't a thing. Now, I'm no scientist, as you all know, but even I know that rock biology cannot possibly be a thing. Morning, Brian Pop Robson. I thought you were away on Holly Bobs. What are you doing up at this time of day when you're on holiday? Have you shit the bed or something? Old man problems, innit, Brian?
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
Oh, it always feels really weird drinking coffee on a live stream, but there we go. Anyway, let's oh, okay. PhD Tony's got a minor quibble. I saw it and I really liked it. One minor quibble. Sometimes science does involve guesses, usually educated guesses, but sometimes just guesses that work out. Yeah, do you know, Tony, that's a good observation, because after I said it, and I have got a habit of doing this anyway, because imposter syndrome is a thing. I've got a habit of, once I finish recording the video and I go back, so whenever I finish recording a video, I do all the editing, I export the video, I upload it to YouTube, and before I ever schedule it to go live, or before I put it live, I always give it a complete watch through. And when I watched it through, I just got this feeling that somebody was definitely going to point out that there are guesses involved in science, because I sort of realized it as I was recording the video, but then I thought, well, it's in there now, so tough titty. So yeah, I know I probably got that bit wrong, but like I say, I've got no problem with you know, putting my hands up and saying, yeah, I said something in a video that may not have been 100% right. But what the point I was trying to, okay, well, Mr. Gray, no problem, we'll get to those soon. The thing I was trying to point out very badly.
I don't understand.
Shut up, Google. Didn't even ask you anything, you weirdo. So the thing I was trying to point out is that, you know, like I said in the video, for example, they said, she said, you know, she was saying that, we're getting told that this is a cliff, but it's clearly an elephant because it looks like an elephant. And that's what I meant by guesses, but educated guesses, yeah, definitely 100%. 100%. But, you know, yeah, you're right, Mr. Andrat. My Google is a nosy little turd. Half the time when I shout something out to it, it doesn't answer me. And I can be sitting there and I'll say something quite innocently and Google freaks out and starts listening to me. Unsolicited, I might add. Anyway, so this is the idea, and I thought I would try it out in the morning live stream, because, you know, the morning live streams are a lot quieter than the Sunday night live stream. So this first question was submitted. Hang on a second, we'll get to that in a second. Yeah, your point, Creaky Blinder, was also that we do not just guess, we test our guesses. Yeah. But obviously I phrased it in such a way that I didn't make that clear, but that's pretty much what I meant. We don't just guess or make assumptions. And everything I see flat earthers and other conspiracy theorists saying when they bang on about the scientific method, they don't seem to realize, unless, of course, this is my misunderstanding again, the whole point of science is to disprove hypothesis. So if we are hypothesizing that, I don't know, this cup is made of cup stuff, we are then going to use the scientific method to try and disprove that until we either do, and then, okay, so this cup is not made of cup stuff, or we can't disprove it. And by not being able to disprove it, it proves that this cup is made of cup stuff. Does that make sense? Or am I explaining myself really badly again? Probably. But anyway, so the first voice question. The first question was from Steaming Cup of Reason. And I've got something to say about Steaming Cup of Reason after we listen to this question.
You know what? All of those anti-vaxxers and anti-maskers and all the other buffoons out there are really pissing me off. I think the law needs to be a whole lot tougher on them. What do you think, Creaky?
Very interesting question. Steaming Cup of Reason. Yeah, I do. The problem is with a lot of people like that is there's no consequences for their actions, or no consequences that are easy to implement. So what a lot of them don't seem to realize, and I'll keep the answer in its simplest terms, is they're just being selfish. You know, so if somebody goes into a store that requires the wearing of face masks and they don't, they're just being selfish because they're potentially putting those around them at risk. But as it is now, and, you know, obviously I see this in my own shop because, you know, a lot of you know that I've got a shop, you know, but I see it in other stores as well. People walk in without a mask on and nobody challenges them. And I know some people are exempt and, you know, that's fine, whatever. But, you know, some people, nobody seems to have the gumption to challenge them or even ask them, you know, can I just ask why you don't have a face mask on? Oh, it's because I'm exempt. Okay, that's fine. But, you know, nobody even asks them. I ask everybody that comes, if anybody walks into my shop without a mask on, first thing I say is, can you stick a mask on for me, please, mate? And then if they say they're exempt, it's like, oh, yeah, okay, not a problem. You know, I've got my own thoughts on exemption, but, you know, I won't talk about that. But that's what I see as being the problem, is nobody is actually challenging them. So I hope that answers your question. Now then, just quickly before we move on to the next question, because that one was from Steaming Cup of Reason, I put a community post up. When did I put it up? Yesterday. And it was to one of Steaming Cup of Reason's videos. It's a very good reason why I'm sharing it again. And it's because it's an absolutely brilliant video. It's one of those videos that after I watched it, I thought, oh, why didn't I think of that? Because I'm terrible at thinking of things. But not now, obviously, unless, of course, you want to. But if you've got 5 minutes to spare, watch Steaming Cup of Reason's video. It's a really good summary of why people like me and Conspiracy Cats, Simon Dan, Fight the Flat Earth, and all the other guys that do it, why we do what we do. So, yeah, take a look at... excuse me, take a look at Steaming Cup of Reason's video. It's well worth a watch. So, next question from Mr. Andrat.
Good morning, Creaky. How you doing, pal? I recently saw that Honda builds a 6-passenger corporate jet. If Harley Davidson built a jet, would you fly on it?
Do they really? That's very interesting. I don't know. Do you know, somebody messaged me a few days ago, and he was a pilot. And he sort of was chatting to me on DMs, and it was the standard sort of interaction. And, you know, he said, oh, if you're ever in my neck of the woods, I'd love to take you up. I should have phrased that a little more carefully. He would love to take me for a spin in his aeroplane. And I said, oh, no thanks, dude. I am absolutely terrified of flying. So I don't know if even a Harley Davidson plane would be enough to get me up there confidently. I think my fear of flying... Good morning, the plot hole. This is you've either woken up for an old man pee or you've shit the bed, and that's why you're up at this time of day. But yeah, I don't know if even a Harley Davidson jet would be enough to get me up in it. I just really do not like technically, it's not flying I'm afraid of, it's crashing. Because flying doesn't kill you. But if that plane stops flying, not many people survive that. Good morning, Meson Particle. How are you, mate? So the next one is from a fellow Welshman, World of Mr. Grey. So let's see what World of Mr. Grey has got to say.
Creaky, good morning. This is World of Mr. Grey. Question for you. Do you think you're ever going to cover any crazy conspiracies? And also, do you think any of them are real, or do you think they're all utter bloody bollocks? Thank you for listening.
Am I ever going to cover any crazy conspiracies? World of Mr. Grey. It's as if you've never watched any of my videos. That is literally all I cover. But yeah, I've got no problem covering anything. You know, if basically what I do is I look at a video, and if it makes me sort of say WTF, like the cool kids do, then I will continue watching. And I've got to find it interesting to make a video about it. To me, it doesn't really matter what the conspiracy is. If I find it an interesting conspiracy, then I will make a video about it. And the crazier, the better. And yeah, I was being facetious, World of Mr. Grey. I guessed you meant other than flat Earth conspiracies, but yeah, like I say, I've got no issues with making videos about anything. As long as people are happy to watch them, I'm happy to make them.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the super chat, Voodoo Inquisitor. A Harley jet would shake itself to death, but the sound would be cool. That's absolutely bang on the money. Yeah, the bikes are vibrating machines. My son's is worse than mine. My eldest son rides a Harley as well, and he's got exactly the same model as me. We've both got 883 Sportsters. Mine is a newer model, so it's fuel injected, and the engine has rubber mounts. My son's is 2 years older. No, it's 4 years older, and it's a carb model, and it doesn't have the same mounting system for the engine. And honestly, my son's bike could vibrate your fillings out of your mouth. It is an absolute nightmare. But yeah, it's it will be a very noisy jet indeed. So the next one is from Crazy MK.
It's called a foot fetish. They think mountains are feet, not how much they like feet.
Hang on a second, I'm going to have to listen to that again. Accents are a thing, clearly.
It's called a foot fetish. They think mountains are feet, not how much they like feet.
Right, yeah. You do know that it's an awful thing to laugh at yourself, because I would never dream of doing that, not in a million years. Yeah, you're probably right, actually. Oh, a question from a pensioner? How did he manage to work out which button to press? Who's this then?
Good morning from sunny Norfolk. Just a quick question. Do you think that X-Pac Taffy is actually brilliant?
Brilliant. Absolutely not. He is a ginormous dickhead. He puts videos up, usually about you. It's Brian Pop Robson asked the question, by the way, or as he's otherwise known, Paul Patton. He puts videos up about you all the time, and yet somehow the YouTube algorithm doesn't see that as targeted harassment, because he will make 5, 6, 7, 8 videos in a row just about you. So do I think Expat Taffy is brilliant? Absolutely not. Not a chance in the world. Ooh, somebody from Kenya. I'm not sure I've ever had anybody from Kenya in the side chat before. And I don't have, cheers from Kenya, and I don't have an accent. Oh, yeah, people in Kenya have definitely got an accent. Do you know one of my favorite people to watch on TikTok, because yeah, I watch TikTok, I'm that cool, is, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's Nigerian. Why am I telling this story? You're from Kenya. Doesn't matter, but he's very funny anyway, and he does have an accent, 100% without a doubt. Hello, Shane Lawson in Australia. Beaver C, good evening to you as well. Anyway, the next one, which hopefully will be a slightly more sensible question, is from PhD Tony. Or it may not even be a question. Who knows? Let's see what goes on with it.
Hi, Creaky. Do you think that social media platforms ought to be more careful about what material they air and share with people?
Yes, Tony, I do. 100%. Now, I know sometimes when I say this, it can come across as if I'm for censorship, and that's not the case. But some of the things being said on social media, the only way you can describe them is just downright dangerous, because the misinformation in some cases, and I think we can all guess what I'm talking about, can greatly affect people's health. So, you know, for example, we've all seen anti-masker videos and anti-vaxxer videos. They have the potential to hurt people's health. I watched something, I can't remember, maybe it was last week, the week before, I can't remember, but I watched a video, and I nearly made a video about it, but I just didn't think it would have made a funny video, so I didn't bother. But it was a woman, and she used to, until very recently, run an anti-vaxxer Facebook group, but it was very specific. It was only related to the Lagerlurgi vaccination. And she admitted, everybody here must have seen the videos of people. Look, I've had the vaccine, now I can stick a spoon to my arm because I'm now Magnet Man. We've all seen those videos, and hopefully everybody in the side chat now, all 117 of you, will know that it's an absolute load of old shite. And she actually admitted that she had staged the whole thing. And what she had done, she had taken a Pritt stick, you know, those little glue sticks we all used to use when we were kids in school, and she had put it on the back of the spoon, and look, I've been and I'm magnetized. And she admitted, because she realized after the event what she had done, and that it was potentially harmful to tens, if not to, it winds me up so badly, you wouldn't believe it. It was potentially harmful to a lot of people. So, you know, if one of them can come out, and some people just are out for attention, and they will say literally anything that they think people will engage with. So why would this be any different? And I know that was a really long-winded way of answering the question, Tony, but yeah, I definitely think that social media platforms need to be a little bit more careful, you know, about the types of information that they allow to be shared on their platform. But to a certain extent, I suppose they are, because, you know, obviously, I don't know if anybody else in the chat now makes videos, but, you know, it's getting really, really tricky now to find flat earthers to make videos about, because a lot of them seem to have defected over to BitChute, because currently that website is more or less completely unregulated. Is that it, Hybrid Steel? Is it Maxim Badi? Yeah, he's absolutely brilliant. He will always start off his videos by saying, in my country, Nigeria, if you say XYZ. It sounds really rude, and I just find them really funny because I've got the sense of humor of a 8-year-old child. Anyway, the next one is from Deron de Baron.
Here's a question about a real conspiracy. Minecraft or Fortnite? Your career hangs in the balance.
I've never, ever in my life played Minecraft. I know it's a hugely popular game. I have never played it in my life. I cannot see any appeal in it at all. And I know that makes me wrong because it's arguably one of the most popular games ever released on any platform and everybody seems to love it. But I just don't see the point. You know, the boys with me, you know, they play it and it's like, oh, look at this, Dad, I built this town. Oh yeah, it's taken me 6 months. What? 6 months? I haven't got the patience for it. And Fortnite, I've tried it, but it's not for me. I only tend to really play games on my phone if I'm bored. But no, the gaming just isn't for me. It doesn't tickle my fancy. Somebody in the side chat, I can't find the comment now to put on the screen, just asked me, oh, there we are, it's there now. NASA, is that a joke? No, somebody is a Patreon and they signed up using the name NASA, so no, it's not a joke. But I seriously doubt it's the real NASA at the same time. So, has anybody got anything else they would like to ask or like to say? The link is pinned at the top of the side chat. If you do, what do you think of this? Do you think it's an interesting way of taking questions from the side chat?
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
Because obviously it's something that I'm just trying out this morning because I'm always looking for ways to interact with the audience. And I was watching something a couple of days ago, saw this, and I thought, well, I've never seen anyone doing this. Other people are, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have seen a video doing this. But I just thought it would be a cool way of doing it. And because John Eagle, yeah, you can do it on a phone. You can do it on a phone. All you do is click on the link. It opens on your phone. The one off Christopher Shapley that I played at the beginning of the stream as a demo, that was recorded on his phone. So you can do it on a phone, John. Give it a try if you want to, pal.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Another super chat from Voodoo Inquisitor. Was the first one from Voodoo Inquisitor? I can't remember now. Might have been. Yes, it was. I'm vaxxed. I had the lager. I'm terrified of getting it again. Haunted me for months. So if you think anti-vax winds you up, imagine what it does to me. Yeah, it's, everything, everything that we can do, we just need to protect ourselves as much as we possibly can. And more importantly, the other people around us. Unless, of course, we all want to be selfish turds. Hope I bleeped that out. There we are. Crazy MK. Recorded his on his phone. So yeah, it does work on the phone, John, but if you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. Brian did his from his iPad. Well. Story of three wells. Hi, Creaky. I live in Canada now, and I'm really worried about people who live in this country directly south of me. Do you think we can ever make them understand reality? Probably not. Probably not. I get people asking me from time to time why I make so many videos about American people. It's not because I'm an American fanboy. It's because America is such a huge country. By comparison to other countries, they do seem to have an awful lot of conspiracy theorists. But I'm fairly sure that it's because it's such a big country. And that's why they would have it. Okay, so we got another one come in from, it's from Steaming Cup of Reason again. So let's see what young Mr. Reason has got to say.
Hi, Creaky. I would love to know how Mrs. Creaky reacted or would react to your video on women are fake.
I got to be honest, Stephen Cup of Reason, she doesn't watch my videos. She finds them extremely cringy. She will, as some of you will have seen from time to time, drop into my live streams. But she doesn't watch my videos, pal, to be honest with you, because she can listen to me talking nonsense anytime she wants to, can't she? So it's beg your parsnips. It's not something that she does, so I wouldn't I wouldn't be able to give you an honest answer that. What's Me's on Particle saying? I'm starting a new job soon and my new boss is called Karen. Do I need to worry? Possibly. Depends what your new job is and what you're going to be required to do, and whether her name is just Karen or whether she is a Karen. Very big difference. Do you know it must be awful for nice ladies who just happen to be called Karen? I know a couple of women called Karen, and thankfully neither of them are Karens. But by that logic, I know somebody who is a Karen, and her name isn't Karen. So, you know, is she really Hybrid Steel? Is that her name? I've never paid enough attention to know that. Anyway, we're absolutely waffling now. You're in America, they give us a gun if we get vaxxed. Not really, but sounds true. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me. The thing is, the reason so many of my videos are about America is because you've got so many interesting conspiracy theorists to make videos about. I just can't help it. As long as they keep presenting themselves as completely bonkers, then I'm gonna be making videos about them. Her name is Katie Karen Dykmeyer. Is it really? Actually, I did know her name was Katie. I didn't know her middle name was Karen. Yeah. Chris Herrick. I'm in America and I decided that Europe suits me. Do you know, you've just reminded me of something there. About 6 or 7 weeks ago, I was in the bank, stood in the queue, and the lady who was at the cashier's window being served was speaking Welsh to the cashier, and I didn't think anything of it until one of the other cashiers, who doesn't speak Welsh, started speaking to this lady as well, who was obviously a regular in the bank, and she was American. And because I'm a nosy get, I was listening in on the conversation. She'd lived in the UK. Well, she'd lived in Swansea for 10 years. And she thought, well, if I'm going to live in Swansea, which is in Wales, I'm going to learn to speak Welsh. And honestly, she had the accent perfect. Because I would not in a million years have known that she wasn't Welsh. She was speaking Welsh. I'm not going to say fluently, because how would I know? I don't speak Welsh myself. But she was speaking Welsh to the cashier, and she was American. Cool story, bro. Why did I even tell you that?
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
Yeah, remember to smash the like button right now, people. So if anybody else wants to submit the question, the link is pinned at the top of the side chat. What's Iceman saying? It is their constitutional right to free speech, even to offend, supposedly. May take time. You have the right to be a jerk, but why be a jerk? Because you can. Yeah, that's the problem, see, is a lot of these, and it's particularly relevant to First Amendment auditors. I know the First Amendment is the thing, and I know it protects your right to free speech. But I actually bought a copy of the First Amendment. It's on the shelf over there, that little black book there. I'm not going to get up and grab it because I've got my monitors fed through my chair and I don't want to strangle myself on live stream. But I've looked through it. you know, whenever I want to look anything up about a video I'm making to do with First Amendment auditors, and I can't find anywhere in there that you can say anything you like and there will never be any consequences. That's not what the First Amendment is. Plus, maybe I'm speaking out of turn here, but another thought I've had is, when was the last time that the Constitution was updated to make it a bit more relevant to today? Can they all, obviously, I'm no expert, but can they all still have complete relevance to the times we're living in now? I don't know. What do you think? Steam and Cup of Reason asks how I'm liking my new digs. Yeah, we're getting there. There's still, do you know what it is? When you move, I think it just takes a long time to get yourself settled and to get things. You know, my best example is this room I'm in now, my YouTube studio. And, you know, I'm literally changing things in here every day. Like, for example, and I know you can't really see it, but some of you will have seen photos, but I've got acoustic tiles over the far wall where my lights are and my, you know, my main video recording camera, my boom mic and everything. I've got them along this wall here as well, so the sound doesn't reflect back off the wall, but they're absolutely shit. If I turn the lights off in this room, they were perfect when I put them up, and they've only been up. I think I started using the studio. It was ready to be used at the beginning of July, and they're shrinking back already. And if you turn the lights off because the walls are white behind them, you can see space in between them all. Absolute garbage. Why did I'm sorry I did it now, because I use spray glue to mount them, and if I pull them off now, it's going to ruin all the walls in here, which are brand new, but I don't know the best way to fix it.
Super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. I look forward to these lives. I enjoy going live. I really do. I enjoy going live probably as much as I like making videos, if not more, because obviously to go live, there's very little preparation. Well, certainly in my case anyway, I just sit down, click the go live button and interact with the side chat. That's what my live streams are all about. Yeah, I know they're not for everybody, and some people say, oh, your live streams are boring. All you do is shout people out and talk to the side chat. But that's what my side chat is. That's what my live streams are. I enjoy the interaction between myself and my audience. So, you know, nobody has to watch them. That's an interesting thing to bring up, actually, Mr. Andrat, because I am so confused as to why this has suddenly started doing, right? I will tell you the only thing I've changed in this room. Did I have a shadow in yesterday's video? I've only had one comment saying I did, and I couldn't see it, because I repositioned the microphone, I've moved the camera a little bit more. The only thing so my videos were fine, that it's exactly the same setup. There was no shadow on my shiny head until 3 videos ago. And all I did, I bought a different light bulb for one of the lights in the room. So all my lights and my cameras are set to 5000K, which is sort of the equivalent to daylight, and I couldn't find a 5000K bulb to go in my lamp, so I bought a 4000K, and then I adjusted all the other lights accordingly. So all my lights are set to 4000K, and since I've made that change, it instantly created a shadow on my head, and it's really annoying, because now I can't figure out if there's anything else doing it. But I thought I'd fixed it. I couldn't see it in the last video, and thankfully neither could Mr. Andrat, because it's just really annoying. I probably obsess way too much over how my videos look and sound, but you know, why change the habit of a lifetime? That's just how I am. Right, so we got a question from Michael, aka Iden. It looks like a load of letters jumbled up, but we'll have a listen anyway.
As someone living in America, not only America, but also Florida, I can say I take no offense to the insinuations that currently America is full of dumbasses. There's no other way to put it. Half the country lost their mind. They're living on a different planet. Make more videos.
Thank you, Michael. First of all, why do you sound exactly like Jeff from American Dad? Or at least you do to me anyway. And secondly, a lot of people mention Florida to me almost as if Florida is like a mecca for conspiracy theorists. Is that the case? Are people, or are some people in Florida particularly susceptible to conspiracy theorists? Creaky, just watch your last vid if you want to see a shadow on your head. You could see a shadow on my head in yesterday's video. Really? The crazy
one thing
lady, crazy lady thinks Devil's Tower is a tree stump in that video. I can't see it. You know, yes, there's shadows, but I was talking about specifically the shadow from my microphone. I thought I'd fixed it. Anyway.
Welcome to the Blinder Gang, Mush.
Thank you, Colmar, for becoming a channel member. Much appreciated. Yeah, it's really annoying. And it will now be something for me to obsess over a lot. But anyway, we got another question from Oblates Vroid.
As someone from America, I can confirm that most of us are indeed bonkers. You're right, Creaky.
I do love self-aware people. And I'm also fully aware that not everybody in America is, as you say, completely bonkers. Even though that you are, in fact, American yourself. But it's like I said, it's because it's such a huge country and there's so many people, it's so vastly populated. It's obviously it's going to appear as if you've got more than your fair share of conspiracy theorists. Or do you just have more than your fair share of conspiracy theorists? Because that's how it seems. On any given day, when I sit down to make a video and I start searching for a video to make a video about, if that makes sense, and I find 5 videos that I think, oh, these are 5 interesting videos, I can make a video about one of these. Most of the time, either all 5 of them will be from somebody in America, or most definitely 4 out of 5 of them will be from an American creator of some description. It just seems to be the way it is. And quite often as well, if I do find, so let's say if I'm looking for, the best example is First Amendment auditors. I disagree with it. I think it's completely counterproductive. I don't see what they hope to achieve. But they are, as they call it, auditing the First Amendment, which you have. So why are there British auditors? What exactly are they auditing? We haven't got a Bill of Rights. Or we haven't got a public... This is a debatable area again. Some people say that we have, but it's an unwritten Bill of Rights. Or it's written, but not... I don't know, but... Yeah, you guys in the States definitely have more than your fair share of conspiracy theorists, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But anyway, let's have a look and see who's lurking, shall we? I haven't done the lurk register in the morning stream yet, so let's try that. Aaron D is lurking. Is Algorithm lurking, or did I just see Algorithm saying something. I can't remember. I'm not sure. Arthur Rizanen is lurking. Crystal Meering is lurking. Der Butts is lurking. Iceman is lurking. It's Ross Thatcher in the house. Good morning, Iron Horse. How are you, pal? Even though I'm sure it's good evening for you. Ross, if you want to submit a question, there's a link at the top of the side chat and we can hear your question. Coran 1 is lurking, Liverpool FC fan is lurking, Pascal is lurking, Peter Fox is lurking, Quarks and Particles is lurking, so is Scott Morgan and Sean 137, and Sparrow Music, and the Warehouse 42. And World of Mr. Grey seems to have gone very quiet, so he's either switched to lurking mode because he's got better things to do, or he's just run out of things to say. So yeah, Ross, if you want to ask a really sensible question, which I'm sure it will be, click the link at the top of the side chat, pal, and record the question.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Thank you, Iceman. You provide a good counter to the First Amendment order. There's Canada as a Charter of Rights, but not as strong as the US, which I think is good. Am I still lurking? You weren't on the lurk register. Iceman. Because, as I've said previously, unless your subscriptions are public, then you don't show up on the lurk register, if that makes sense. Shisha87 is lurking, listening, and getting dinner ready. Dinner? But it's 10 to 8 in the morning. It's almost as if time zones are a thing. What do you think, Iron Horse? Are time zones a thing? Oh, and we have another question from Susan.
Some people say that we have. Hi, Creaky. Just wanted to know what vape are you using? I'm thinking about giving up smoking and starting to vape instead. So any advice would be appreciated.
Why, aye, man. I'm using a Nord 2 from Smok, which is probably one of the most popular devices we sell in the shop. The best... People upset. I have this conversation with customers in the shop all the time, right? And people do tend to obsess over which device they should buy. And I'll tell you exactly what I tell every single customer that asks me in the shop. It really doesn't matter. The best device is the one that stops you from smoking fags or cigarettes, for all the Americans watching who are now confused as to what I mean by fags. Yeah, the best one is the one that stops you smoking. But if I was going to recommend one to you, it would probably be that. The Nord Smok Nord 2. It's an awesome little device. It's a pod system, so, you can't spill juice everywhere. It's just a really good device.
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
So I hope that answers your question.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Olek. Polish knockers. I love some knockers in the morning, but who doesn't? Not lurking, just working. Oh, MC Olek in the place to be. Spit in the fire rhymes. Heat Shield, I see you lurking as well, but you're not lurking. You've always got stuff and things to say. Yeah, the lurk register only works if your subscriptions are public. Just in case anybody... Just in case anybody was wondering why they don't interact, but they don't ever hear themselves being called out on the lurk register. Liquid Flames, I can't speak, so I'll ask my question here. Do you have a gear list somewhere? I'm mostly curious. I do. I'll drop a link to it in the side chat for you now. Actually, it's in the bottom of the video description. Let me see if I can pull it from the latest video. There we are. Just check it works first before I send it out to you. There we are. So, Liquid Flames, if you click on this linky doodle, it will take you to a full list of the equipment I use. And I know you mentioned my ear monitors, but they actually aren't on there because I haven't updated it for a while. But everything else is my mic, my camera, everything I use is on there except for these year monitors. But if you want to send me an email, pal, creaky@creakyblinder.com, I can send you a link back to them, or you can just check back on the gear I use list, because I will update it. Anyway, we have had a very special question in from Mr. Iron Horse, so let's take a listen, shall we?
G'day, Creekmeister. How are ya? Just wondering how the Earth can be an open-air spinning spaceship twirling and whirling through a vacuum of space, if in fact it's actually flat and stationary. Cheers, mate.
I am doing extremely well, Mr. Thatcher, and thank you very much indeed for being so concerned about my welfare. I am struggling on as much as we can, given the times we're living in. We addressed this last time, Ross. Come on now, pay attention. I know it's probably really late in Australia now, but we addressed this in the last live stream, so I'm not going to subject the viewers of this live stream to the same answer again. But watch the last live stream I did for the answer to that question. But thank you, Ross. Much appreciated, pal. Can I ask you a question, Ross? And let's see how you answer this. And obviously, I don't need to record it and send it because I've got a microphone right here. So when you see the moon at night in Australia, why is it that what I see when it's night time here in Wales, why is it the face of the moon I see and the face of the moon you see are in complete? Do you know what I mean? So if I can't think of anything to show a good example, but let's say that I haven't got anything. How can I not have anything round here? So, oh, there we are. I'll use my sippy cup because I'm a child. So let's say that this is the face of the moon that I see in the night sky in Swansea. And yet when you see the moon, you see that. Why exactly is that, Ross? Can you answer that question satisfactorily? Inverted. Thank you, Ross. I couldn't think of the word. Why is the face of the moon inverted for you when compared to what I see in my night sky? And I will listen to the next question while I give you a few minutes to formulate your reply.
Did you see Cute Fuzzy Weasel's video on Hans Wormhat last weekend? He was thinking maybe one of Hans Wormhat's ancestors made hats out of worms, and that's why he's called Wormhat.
I did not see that video, but I can't work out whether Hans Wormhat is a real conspiracy theorist, if that makes sense, or whether he is just the most skilled troll on the entire internet. Because surely nobody can be that stupid. Or can they? It would seem that Mr. Thatcher has answered my question. Because the moon is high up in between us. Place a poster on your ceiling and look at it. Yeah, but that's not really an answer, right? I know it's an answer, but that's an answer because you're already convinced that the Earth is flat. I'll be honest, Ross. I've got no reply to that. I'll have to give it some thought and get back to you at a later date. Anybody in the side chat got any thoughts? I'll just leave that reply sit there and stew for a while. Dear me. What was that, PhD Tony? Except that wouldn't appear around for everyone. Do it with a circular poster. Yeah, it would be an egg shape, wouldn't it? It's very early in the morning. Very early in the morning. But it still blows me away that there are Aussies that think the Earth is flat. Do they realize their own community thinks they aren't real? That it's always baffled me when I come across people like the lovely Mr. Thatcher, who is in fact an Australian flat earther, even though, as you quite rightly say, Shisha, the majority of flat earthers dismiss Australia as if it doesn't exist, which is completely ridiculous. But that being said, Ross believes that the Earth is flat, so why am I surprised? Everyone's discussing the moon in the side chat now. Why does the moon rotate around the sky anti-clockwise in Oz too? Yeah, there's another point. It's just that the moon thing is one of my favorite because it's such a simple thing. You know, Ross's explanation was a flat Earth explanation, you know, therefore incorrect. But you know, it just seems, you know, Professor Dave did a video a few years back. I think it was 2 years ago, debunking flat Earth without using science, and that was one of the things he said in that video, and it's always stuck with me. And any other flat, you know, to give Ross the credit he deserves, you know, at least he offered his interpretation of an answer. Most flat earthers that I've ever asked that same question to just completely dismiss it and, you know, change the subject or refuse to answer. You know, at least Ross did answer. What do you mean not Professor Dave Lol? His years of work and scientific research count for nothing, Ross, in the opinion of a flat earther, obviously. But yeah, it's such a simple thing that there really is no sensible answer to, as Ross just proved with his answer. You know, it's just one of my favorite things that perfectly shows why the Earth couldn't possibly be flat. Yeah, and I'm Professor Iron Horse. So are you implying that Professor Dave isn't actually a professor? Because whilst I'm no expert in the academics of the world, I am fairly certain that he would be able to prove his qualifications if he was ever required to do so. I don't think he just named his YouTube channel Professor Dave, you know, like Kent Hovind has named himself Dr. Kent Hovind, even though he isn't, because a raggedy old falling down shack out in the desert is not a university. I'm fairly certain that Professor Dave is actually a professor, Ross.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Maybe we are just another marble in a bag. Or a ball in a bag. Ball bag. Quite possibly. Tony thinks he's edumacated as well. So, did my comment get deleted from Ash? What comment? I've not seen a comment. Do you mean a comment on the video? Because if you do, I don't see them until after the event, unless of course you included a link which would automatically send it to the spam folder. Oh, I'll have a look now. Maybe I was talking and not concentrating and I didn't see it. No, I can't find it, Ash. Can't find it. Now I've completely distracted myself.
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
But anyway, what were we talking about? Yeah, so is that what you're implying, Ross Thatcher, that people like PhD Tony and Professor Dave, that they aren't really what they say they are? They that that Professor Dave isn't a professor and PhD Tony isn't a PhD. Is that your argument against the arguments against flat Earth, if that makes sense? So in the opinion of a flat earther, in the opinion of a flat earther, why right, let me restructure that question. So when somebody like Professor Dave or PhD Tony says something that clearly explains why the Earth can't be flat, your argument back to them is that they're not really educated men. Is that the argument you're going with, Ross? Question from Ash. If the sun is in space and that's what gives us light, why is space dark? Come on now, boy. There would be two answers to that question. There would be the flat Earth answer, then the correct answer. PhD Tony. Where's it gone? He thinks it's of no significance to what he thinks. Yeah, but it is of significance, isn't it? Because the best place to get information from, and this is where flat earthers and a lot of other conspiracy theorists go wrong. If you want information on a particular topic, you look, and there's nothing wrong with looking information up online. I do it all the time, but I'm very careful as to where I get that information from, because there's so much misinformation on the internet. So if you want information on some scientific topic based around flat Earth, we'll say, then it's best to get it from, I can't think of a bloody example now. So if you want information on the shape of the Earth and you try looking it up on YouTube, obviously you're going to get loads of information. Loads of information based off misinformation, because that's what the internet is filled with. And if you want accurate information on the shape of the Earth, you look to educated people or websites that are sort of legitimate websites that would contain that information. Does that make sense? You've got to make sure that where you're pulling your information from is reliable, is what I'm saying. PhD Tony has answered Ash's question. It's because the light does nothing to hit and be reflected to the observer. So there we are, Ash. I hope that has answered your question. So yeah, anyway, we've got some more questions come in.
You know, it's really true. We can't trust NASA at all. We don't know their agenda, but don't worry, we can always trust the basement dwellers for facts about the shape of our Earth.
Well, that's exactly right, Darren de Baron. Why would we need to trust space agencies? Because that's another thing that flat earthers seem to dismiss, is the fact that NASA is not the only space agency in the world. There are dozens of them. Are they all in on the deception? Are they all providing us with the wrong information? Or is it just NASA and they are going against all the other space agencies? And Mr. Ross Thatcher, the bearded dreamboat from Australia, has submitted another voice message.
Yo, Creaky, Iron Horse here again. Yes, mate, we're looking at the moon from opposite sides of the equator. That's why it appears inverted, just like a poster would if you crossed either side of the room. And somebody also asked why we see the same bottom side. Well, that's, the same face. Well, that's obviously because we're looking up to see the same bottom side. Just as, say, if you were deep underwater and you looked up at a buoy floating in the water, you would still see the same bottom side, no matter how far away you looked at it, if it was within your range of vision.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, though, Ross, and thank you for submitting a question again. The moon isn't directly above us, is it? The moon is out in space. So how does that work? And, you know, based on, so the way you were explaining it, and excuse me if I'm misunderstanding your explanation. So you think that this is the Earth and that the Earth is flat and there's the moon in the middle above us and it moves back and forth. Is that your thought system? So why has nobody ever seen the dark side of the moon then? Why, from Earth, I mean? Why is it that we don't see the dark side of the moon? I don't understand the flat Earth logic. I always feel odd using the words flat Earth and logic in the same sentence, but I'm not a debater, Ross. You know that. Everybody knows that. I'm trying to follow along with what your thinking is, but I can't, as PhD Tony pointed out, if you used a poster as an analogy, if we're laying down looking at a poster on the ceiling, if we're looking at it from one side of the room to the other side of the room, I get that, but the moon isn't a flat square or flat rectangular poster, is it? And it would only work if it was, which it isn't. So that doesn't work either. But anyway, Kiwi Gamer.
Last month, Arwen said that the moon causing the tides on Earth is absolutely ridiculous, and that the tides on Earth are caused by angel spoons.
Hang on a second. What? Tides are caused by what? I got to listen to that again. Hang on a second. Sorry, everyone.
Last month, Arwen said that the moon causing the tides on Earth is absolutely ridiculous, and that the tides on Earth are caused by angel spoons.
So, right. So, now, bearing in mind that this statement came from Arwen via the Kiwi Gamer, Arwen says that the tides on Earth are caused by angel spoons. What? What? That makes absolutely no sense at all. PhD Tony, yes, I think he did say that the tides on Earth are caused by angel spoons. Now, without opening multiple tabs in Google Chrome and doing some very high IQ research, I'm not really sure what he's referring to by angel spoons. I have no idea. Globe Earth Perth, I love spooning. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love a good cuddle? Everybody loves a good cuddle. John Eagle says, what does he say? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? It was there. It's gone. Spoons lead to forking. Yeah, I like that Eminem song as well. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, good morning, Jenna Brazel. How are you? WTF for angel spoons. Those must be huge angels. Probably the same angels that cut off the giant's foot or chopped down that tree, which would have needed to have been tens of thousands of feet tall. Oh, it's gone now. John Eagle was asking, ask the idiot why he can't see Polaris from Australia. By the idiot, I can only assume that you're talking about Iron Horse. Iron Horse is my pal. There's only one person in this live stream allowed to call him an idiot, and that's this idiot. Because Ross and I have got an understanding. He understands that I think he's an idiot, and I understand that he thinks I'm an idiot. And the only reason he thinks that is because our view of the world is complete polar opposites. Do you get it? Yeah. But do you want to answer that, Ross? Why do you not see Polaris from Australia? He's explaining now why he's now Iron Horse. Tidy indeed, Ross Thatcher. Would that be a fair summary of our interactions? I think you're an idiot. You think I'm an idiot, but we get on nevertheless. I've never been able to understand why. We just do. I am happy to speak to you as respectfully as I do, for as long as you afford me the same courtesy, which you always do. So yeah, Kyle Hill is great. You're right. Why are we talking about Kyle Hill? Kyle Hill is another really smart creator that I'm sure Ross thinks is wrong because, you know, flat earth reasons. Right then, we've got some more voice questions come in from Grizzly Billow.
Morning, Creaky. Grizzly Billow here. Just a question for flat earthers. What scientific achievements or discoveries or predictions can be made using flat earth science? Cheers.
Now, that is a very good question. Let's hear it once more.
Morning, Creaky. Grizzly Billow here. Just a question for flat earthers. What scientific achievements or discoveries or predictions can be made using flat earth science? Cheers.
I will give you my answer. Absolutely none at all, Grizzly Billow. Absolutely nothing whatsoever, because, and I don't want to state the obvious, but there is no flat earth science, and that's mainly because there is no flat earth. But yeah, if we were to rely on flat earthers' version of science for future discoveries and for researching things, we'd be screwed, because flat earth. Unless you hear what Mike Alexander's got to say.
Hey, Creaky, it's Mike from the United States. Hey, man, I want to come to Wales sometime. If I ever do get over there, what's the one place I should go?
What's the one place you should go in Wales? Well, if you ever found yourself in my neck of the woods, I would highly recommend the Gower. Gower. It is an absolutely beautiful part of Wales, very close to where I live. We do visit the Gower. We actually took my lovely granddaughter to the Gower last week to pick some flowers for her mammy. But yeah, I would highly recommend the Gower. But there are so many places in Wales. And I suppose it's like everyone who lives anywhere. You don't really appreciate what's around you, but we have got more fantastic beaches within spitting distance of where I live than anywhere else in Wales. And we don't really appreciate them, I suppose, because they're right on our doorstep. So, yeah, go to the Gower. Another one from Darren de Baron.
I can't understand the thought process of some people. If you asked me to try and have some sort of scientific debate with these people, I'd rather staple my nuts to the floor and do jumping jacks.
If you're enjoying the stream, remember to smash the like button right now.
In fairness to you, Darren de Baron, that's a pretty accurate description of why I have never previously and never will in the future debate a flat earther, because I'm no scientist. I've said this a million times in my videos. I'm just an average, everyday guy who likes to comment on things I see. And yeah, stapling your nuts to the floor and trying to do jumping jacks sounds like it might be fun. And I would say that given the choice between discussing flat earth with a flat earther, with the exception of Iron Horse, yeah, that would definitely be a more appealing alternative. Good morning, Elizabeth Sylvester. Have I missed some comments that you've been sending? I do apologize. Are you going to acknowledge me this time? Lol. I do try to acknowledge as many people as I possibly can. But, you know, I do miss people sometimes. But good morning, Elizabeth Sylvester. Hope you're well. Right, what's going on? What time is it? Right, it's 9:20, so we've got about 10 minutes left. If anybody does... No, it's not. It's 8:20. So if anybody does want to submit a question, the link is pinned at the top of the video description or down in the video description. Brando of Ham 94. You're up for breakfast while I'm enjoying some Creaky with after midnight drink. Yeah, time zones. They are definitely a thing. They are definitely a thing. Oh, PhD Tony is on Ross Thatcher's case. Explain how the Riley waves circle the Earth multiple times with no phase changes and in no way consistent with a flat Earth. Yes, everyone is jumping on that bandwagon now. Good morning, Tony Jones. Morning, Creaky. Going back to sleep. About 20 past 3 a.m. Got to work later. Oh, somebody's woken up for a pee in the middle of the night and seen that I was live. Thank you, mate. Yeah, the whole point of these streams isn't to disturb other people's sleep or to make them get up at a ridiculous hour. It's so that I can interact with a completely different audience. Always ignores me. I don't mind, though. I ignore me too if I could. I do not always ignore you, Dr. Osiris. I try to acknowledge as many people as I possibly can. Good morning, Mr. A. How are you, pal? So, has anyone else submitted anything? No, they haven't. Anyway, is this anybody's first time catching me live, by the way? Because, like I say, I'm always interested in this sort of thing because, you know, if everybody here always sees me live, then it sort of makes this an unnecessary live stream. And I actually remember to set my alarm this morning as well to make sure I wasn't late starting. Because what's the point in promising a 7 a.m. live stream for the benefit of people in different time zones if I sleep late? Which I don't often because I am usually up at stupid o'clock. Softail Fun. How are you, pal? It's your second live stream. Yeah, I remember seeing you here in the last one. Ranty destroyed Oakley Jokley and his failure to understand how a sextant works. Yeah, I noticed that Oakley and his misinformed minions have suddenly jumped on sextants. But I'll be honest with you, I've got no interest in Nathan Oakley's videos at all. Why would I want to subject myself or the people that watch my videos to me commentating on somebody who just screams and shouts at other people? So yeah, I have noticed because I do keep an eye on what's going on there, but you know, I've not yeah, sex tent, Sean. That's definitely what he meant. Nathan Oakley is an utter sociopath. I think that Nathan Oakley is potentially a very dangerous man. You know, and not just because of his belief system, but yeah, I made a video about him very, very early on in sort of the channel's existence, but I've not made any videos about him since because he's incapable of having an intelligent conversation with anybody, and not just because he's a flat earther or because he's a complete moron, but he just screams and shouts over everybody. If you want to have a conversation with somebody about anything, you have at the very least got to allow them the opportunity to reply, like the lovely Mr. Thatcher, who has just replied to something again. So let's listen to what he's got to say this time.
Yeah, g'day, Creaky. Iron Horse again. I was just wondering if you could ask PhD Phony if he uses starch to get the crease down the front of his slacks perfectly straight, or if he buys the type of slacks that come out the dryer already pre-ironed. Thanks, mate.
I personally don't get it, Ross, but I'm sure there's a fine reason why you've asked Tony about his trouser pressing habits. Tony, does that make any sense to you at all? Because it made no sense to me at all. But do people still iron creases down the front of their slacks or trousers, as we call them in the UK? The only trousers I insist on having a crease down the front are my Dickies. Not my Dickie doesn't have his own trousers. I mean, Dickies, the brand. So I don't know if that makes any sense to PhD Tony. And why is he PhD Phony, Ross? Is that because he completely disagrees with everything you say, and he explains things from an educated man's perspective, or some other reason why he's PhD phony. I'd be very interested to hear your answer to that question. I was joking around. You get lots of chats, so you don't. So no doubt you miss chats. I'm well. It's 3:22 a.m. You're in Ontario, Canada. Woke up from sleep and saw that you were live. Hope you're well. I am overjoyed as always. I am always overjoyed. Well, not always. That may be a slight exaggeration, but I'm sometimes overjoyed. Definitely sometimes overjoyed. Right, okay, we've had 3 come in very quickly, so we'll do these because there's only 5 minutes left. But if we could stop submitting the questions now, because I'm not going to have enough time to answer them. But there's another one from Darren de Baron.
So, what's your favorite flavor crayon? Mine's red.
I must confess, I have never munched on a crayon, but Kiwi Gamer.
Who would win in a boxing match between Nathan Thompson and Eric DeBay?
I'm going to have to say Nathan Thompson, because Eric DeBay just looks like a big sissy to me. I may be wrong. He could be a ninja for all I know, but I can't imagine it ending well for him.
I'm from Portland, Oregon. I love your channel, Creaky.
Thank you, Aaron. I'm very glad you do. I am very glad you do. Okay, so on that note, I think we shall call this stream done. Thank you very much to everybody who has super chatted. Thank you very much to the lovely Iron Horse for being a gentleman as always. And I will see you in the next live stream, which will, no, I won't. I'll see you in Friday's video, or it could be Thursdays. I'll see you next time I see you, and I take care, everyone. Bye.
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.
It made me feel like